Hey, this is David Plotz, CEO of CityCast. I have a favor to ask before we get to today's conversation. We're doing our annual listener survey, and it would really help us out if you took it. And even if you took it last year, we'd be grateful if you took it again, because we can't use last year's data. Please go to citycast.fm/survey to take the survey. It's only 7 minutes long, we know, because we timed it. That's citycast.fm/survey. And when you take the survey, you'll also be eligible to win a $250 Visa gift card and CityCast swag, that great CityCast swag. citycast.fm/survey.
Today on CityCast Houston, there's so much to do this month in H-Town, from celebrating love to supporting local Black businesses, and of course, food. So let's dive into our team's best recommendations for February. It's Thursday, January 30th. I'm Raheel Ramzanali, and here's what Houston's talking about. Hey, what's up, everyone? We made it to February. Good morning. Brooke Lewis, how are you?
Doing well. I always don't really like January, so I'm happy to be in February.
The real year starts now, right? Like That was a 31-day trial period that everyone says, and I guess we have to go through with 2025. For all of our new listeners here, Brooke Lewis writes Hey Houston, which is a daily newsletter covering everything in Houston, from news, food recommendations, events, tons of events. And Carleon Jones is here as well, producer for CityCast Houston. She's the one helping us put out new episodes every single day. Carly, how are you?
I'm doing good. I'm feeling the love. We're entering February and I'm excited about that because, January felt like it lasted forever.
I know. And there's so much to do this month. So let's jump in with probably the marquee event of the month, and that is Valentine's Day. All right. So why don't you kick this one off, Brooke? Give me a recommendation, because there are many ways to celebrate. Couples, galentines, parents going to dances with children. There's so much. Give me your recommendation.
Yes, so this is for the ladies celebrating Galentine's Day. I do feel like the holiday falls perfectly this year, where Galentine's Day is on Thursday and then Valentine's Day is Friday. So kind of perfect heading into the weekend. So if you want a way to celebrate with your ladies, go to this free event at Trebley Park. So this is a newer park in downtown Houston, located right next to Toot Suite. And with your girls, you can create a custom bouquet, decorate cookies at Toot Suite, and make cards for your loved ones. They're also going to have a live DJ. The event is from 6 to 9 p.m. on the Thursday.
Wow. That sounds like a fun time. Can I go?
I don't know, Raheel.
Harley, can I pull up or what? What's the ruling on this one?
No boys.
I mean, Galentine's, no boys. It's all about the ladies. It's all about the ladies.
Oh my gosh, that sounds like a great time.
I didn't even know Galentine's had an official day. So it's like February 13th now? Like that's
it
official?
Is.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
It's been for a minute. I feel like it's a Parks and Rec.
That's when I first learned about it. Was Galentine's was on Parks and Rec.
Yeah.
The NBC show. If those of you who've never watched, you should watch it. It's amazing. But okay, I have some questions about Galentine's. This event sounds fantastic. Do you have to be single to attend Galentine's, or is it just any of the gals can meet up and celebrate?
No, it's any of the girls. So I think it's a great way, for your friends, let's say you are going to do something with, a date or a significant other on Friday. It's a good way to kick off the weekend and just celebrate all the friend love that you have in your life.
Okay, that's fair. Carly, do you celebrate Galentine's?
Oh yeah, every year. I already got invited to about 3 events. So
her schedule is packed, guys.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. You're going to be going to 3 parties on the 13th. Okay. That is so cool. I guess the male equivalent of Galentine is Super Bowl Sunday, right? That's our day. So, okay, we all have something there. Carly, what's your recommendation to celebrate love?
So I have something for the night owls, because this is going to be an event that starts at midnight and it goes until 3 a.m. But it's something you could do with your friends or your lover. It is going to be R&B on Ice, and this is going to be on February 15th. And I think this is going to be such a cool event because you get to celebrate the month of love while ice skating and listen to music that is about love. So I think this is super cool. It's at Aerodome Ice Skating Complex. It's a 21 plus event, and there'll be food trucks there with funnel cakes and things like that. but your ticket comes with a pair of skates and hot chocolate included. So I think this is really something for the 21 and up people that want to go out on Saturday and just have a good time, maybe after dinner or something like that. I think this will be a lot of fun.
Okay, so we're basically clubbing / R&B clubbing on ice.
Yes, exactly.
Club
Yes.
at 3, those are clubbing hours now.
Yeah.
But this is much safer. Well, I don't know if you can ice skate.
This is going to be interesting. If you've never ice skated, I guess this is a fun way to learn and have some fun because there's going to be like-minded individuals. And yeah, I'm curious how this one's going to go.
That sounds so fun. I just don't know if I can stay up till midnight, Carly. Like, I feel like I'm going to need something to keep me up until midnight.
Like an espresso martini. I feel like that goes with February too. So just go have one of those and you'll be good. You'll be good.
Okay, so we've got ice skating covered. We've got Galentine's covered. And now you're going to get the male perspective on how to celebrate love. So this could go one of two ways. This could be a disaster or this could be a really good recommendation. So I have a wife and 2 kids, right? So we don't go out as much. Even on Valentine's Day, it turns into a family event. So we always celebrate with a small dinner at home. And we always get a slice of Bayou Goo Pie from House of Pies, which is a Houston institution. Now, I would love to have all of the listeners and y'all over, but there's just not enough space. So here's how I'm going to celebrate love this month. I am so excited to check out West Side Story at the Houston Grand Opera. Now, it's only running until the 15th, so you're going to have to go and, get your tickets now. Don't put it off. But have y'all read or watched the West Side Story, any rendition of it, like since high school?
No, I actually have not, but I'm planning to go to the same Houston Grand Opera event the weekend before Valentine's Day.
Okay, perfect. And of course, nothing says love like West Side Story, right? Of course, it takes the classic Romeo and Juliet story from Shakespeare and puts a more modern spin on it and puts it in the Upper West Side of New York City. There was a 1960s movie that I'm pretty sure we've all seen. Steven Spielberg had a remake a couple of years ago. So it's a classic love story that we all know, but I'm excited to see this rendition at the Grand Opera.
I feel like I've kind of seen it when I was younger, but I haven't watched that in a long time. So that'll be definitely something to check out.
It's always cool to see how Houston Grand Opera puts a spin on some classics because I actually saw Cinderella there around the holiday season, and it was a really cool version of Cinderella, all in Italian, but very awesome. Yeah.
I would probably lose interest, but hey, I'm for it. You know what? We're cultured, right? That's all good. And it's fun to just go to the Wortham. Like that it just feels like a big night out. So if you haven't been in a while, it is so much fun. All right. Also this month, it is Black History Month, and we want to support local Black businesses. They're part of our community, and we want to support especially this month and throughout the year. So Carly, kick this one off. What are you recommending?
So I have a 2-for-1. So after you finish celebrating the month of love with other people, I think you need to do some self-care and love on yourself. And so I think that you should go do a staycation at Wander Stay Boutique Hotel, which is like a cozy 10-room adult hotel retreat, like in the East End of Houston. It is Black owned, women owned, and Instagram worthy for all the girls out there that want to go and get some nice pictures in their hotel rooms and relax.
Whoa.
I haven't been just yet, but I saw online that each room has these really cool different themes. I know I saw one that has like the sports theme, like with our H-Town sports. There was other ones that were like more country themed. Like it's just a super cool Instagram worthy place. And while you're there staying and relaxing, 9 minutes away, there's a Black owned winery called Pinot Noir Urban Wineries. And this is a husband and wife owned business. And it's the first Black owned winery and tasting room in the city of Houston. So this is somewhere you can go and book a wine tasting, or you can join their wine club. And they'll be having events the week of Valentine's Day from February 12th to the 16th. So go onto their website and check it out because they have some really cool stuff. There's game nights, live music, brunch bites, all types of things to celebrate and enjoy, and just decompress for the month.
Wow, that sounds extra relaxing. And I love Pure Noir. I actually got to meet the wife because I did a story about Black-owned wineries across Texas a couple years ago. And so they have a really cool story. I mean, their winery really took off during the pandemic. It sounds amazing to relax at a boutique hotel and then go to a winery right after. I think you might have planned something out for me, Carly, without knowing.
sounds like a good day. I would do anything for like a day away from the kids, the wife, and like just have a day to myself at a boutique hotel. I don't know if I'll be taking a lot of Instagram pictures or not, but like the rooms look spectacular. Like there's a black and white room I'm looking at. That is amazing. Okay, so y'all are single. Would this just be like a normal day for y'all? Just like having this hotel and having a staycation?
No, I feel like it's an upgrade because it's like, okay, I get to kind of escape from my own place, have like an adventure away without leaving Houston. And then it's just kind of like a break from my daily responsibilities. So I think it would be a win-win.
Yeah, and I feel like for me, if I do a staycation, I need like 2 days. I need a Saturday and a Sunday, or a Friday and a Saturday, kind of combo it to like just really get the relaxation in, you know?
Okay, that makes sense. So that's a cool hotel. And man, there's so many cool things happening in the East End. So that could be like our neighborhood to watch in 2025. Always fun things happening in the East End. Brooke, what's your recommendation to support Black businesses around the Houston and surrounding areas?
Yes. So my advice is to shop at one of Houston's Black-owned bookstores this month. There are so many cool bookstores opening in Houston. The bookstore scene is growing. And I think, after the holiday season, people kind of aren't shopping as much. And sometimes the independent businesses really need some love during this time. So I recommend some of my favorites are Kindred Stories and Class Bookstore. And Third Ward, they always have events also going on, author talks. But there's also a new bookstore that opened last year in Pearland called Lit Java, where they meld the love of coffee and books all in one. And they actually have a journaling happy hour on Wednesdays throughout February, where you can just come in, relax, journal your thoughts, and just kind of have a little escape too. Like that's another self-care if you want to journal in the month. And that's on Wednesdays at 10 a.m. and all month long.
Wow, that sounds like a fun time, right? Journaling just at home. I do it almost every night, right? Like whether it be on my phone or if I'm actually writing down a journal, but I've never thought about going to a separate space and doing it with like-minded individuals. That's really cool. There are so many great bookstores, and I'm glad you brought up the Black-owned bookstores because when you go in there, Brooke, we've talked about this before, you get different recommendations that you might not get at other bookstores, right?
Yes. And it's so cool to connect to with the bookstore owners because they're also, Houstonians and they're highlighting a lot of local authors in Houston that may not get a lot of shine. So I think it's a great way to support a local business and also learn about a new book or author.
So many people have been talking about having their third space, like that's not home or work. So this is definitely that space that you can go and just decompress, relax, put on paper what your mind is thinking. And, it's a great thing. I love this so much.
Okay, my recommendation is also a 2-for-1. And I know we're not New Orleans, right, when it comes to Mardi Gras, but did y'all know Galveston Mardi Gras is the third biggest Mardi Gras parade and celebration in the nation? Did y'all know that?
No. That's amazing, though.
Yeah, it is now a multi-weekend affair. They have 20 plus parades starting on February 21st, and it runs until March 4th. So here's what I'm recommending. Plan to go to one of the Mardi Gras parades on one of the days, right? The whole schedule is linked in our show notes. But when you head that way, you're going to have to eat, right? And where are you going to go eat? You're going to go to Soul to Soul Cafe in Galveston for lunch or dinner. This Black-owned restaurant is serving up soul food like oxtails, fish plates, and so much more. But here's why I'm recommending it. They've created their own style of soul food called Galveston soul food. All right. So it takes the best of soul food and mixes in those seafood traditions, that Galveston flair. And that is what you do. It's a 2-for-1, eat at Soul to Soul, and then hit up Mardi Gras parades.
Wait, that sounds so interesting. A mix of Galveston and soul food.
Yeah.
I gotta try it. I gotta try it.
Same here.
I'm like, do we need to do a CityCast field trip to Galveston?
Yeah,
Why
I
not?
think so.
I know if somebody from Galveston is listening right now, which they do, put us on a float. Come on, put us on one of the Mardi Gras floats. Why not? A CityCast Mardi Gras float would be awesome. I'm ready to throw beads out to people. It's going to be fun. Come on.
I would love to do that.
I would definitely be down.
Look, there's no place like Texas, except when it comes to skiing or my personal favorite, snowboarding. And I get it, you're heading to snowier pastures, but before you leave Texas, grab one last taste of the real Texas in Amarillo. If you love a good Texas road trip like me, then Amarillo needs to be on the top of your list because it's quirky, wild, western, and a spontaneous city. I mean, where else can you spray paint a Cadillac, cruise down Route 66, and even find that perfect cowboy or cowgirl hat for rodeo season? Here's a pro tip for me. If you're driving to a ski destination, make sure you stop at Palo Duro Canyon right outside of Amarillo and hike in the second largest canyon in the US. Heck, I think you should stop on the way back as well because of how amazing it is. After that hike, be sure to carb load on some Tex-Mex and then pop into a speakeasy in Amarillo and grab a well-deserved drink. The mountains may be calling, but Amarillo will make you proud to call Texas home. Start planning your trip to Amarillo at visitamarillo.com and après ski into the real Texas.
Oh, such a clutch off-season pickup, Dave.
I was worried we'd bring back the same team.
I meant those blackout motorized shades.
Blinds.com made it crazy affordable to replace our old blinds.
Hard to install?
No, it's easy. I installed these and then got some for my mom. She talked to a design consultant for free and scheduled a professional measure and install.
Hall of Fame son.
They're the #1 online retailer of custom window coverings in the world.
Blinds.com is the GOAT.
Shop Blinds.com right now and get up to 45% off select styles, plus a professional measure. Rules and restrictions may apply.
Okay, so I kind of already gave you a food recommendation, but we have an actual food recommendation part of our guide here. And I want to mix it up a little bit because we talked about the sweet, right? You got the Valentine's Day stuff, but it's also still a little chilly outside, so I want something spicy. So, Brooke, you started. Give me a sweet or spicy food recommendation.
So I feel like I'm all about the sweet stuff in February, and I always want hot chocolate. And because we're actually having a somewhat real winter in Houston, like it actually is a good time for hot chocolate. And I've been hearing a lot about this Italian hot chocolate at Fellini Cafe. They have 2 locations, one in City Center and one in Rice Village. And I would love to just sit and relax with a cup of hot chocolate at one of these locations. They also have Italian gelato, which I love gelato, and their Italian gelato, oh my gosh, it looks delicious, you guys.
Ooh.
Okay, Fellini Cafe is so good. All right, here's why. You mentioned their Italian hot chocolate, their gelatos, but their coffee is delicious, and it's like true Italian style espresso. So you're getting that little shot and it will wire you for 9 days straight. And you're going to feel like, oh, I am floating right now. This is great. But it's also priced very fairly. Like it's not priced up like a lot of coffee shops. You're paying decent prices for really high quality coffee. And there's always a lot of space. So I like this recommendation a lot. But I also don't like it because I have to buy like 5 servings of gelato because I have to try every one of them.
So based on what Raheel said, go to this coffee shop before night hours so that you will not stay up all night with the caffeine kick that you're going to get from drinking the coffee there.
I hang out with people who drink coffee at night and I'm so jealous of them because I like the taste of coffee. I like the smell. I like everything about it. And I wish I could drink it throughout the day. But if I drink it after 12 p.m., I am wired. Like I cannot sleep. So I don't know how people do it. And I would love to have that like superpower of drinking an espresso at 10 p.m. and go to sleep.
Yeah, I don't know how people do that. I have a cousin who he literally would drink like 6 cups of coffee. It could be midnight and he's still walking around drinking coffee. I'm like, are you okay? Are you fine? He's like, it actually makes me sleepy. What?
What?
No.
Yes.
Even just the tiniest kick of caffeine, guys, I am up. Like I can't do it. Even tea, even caffeinated tea, like before bed, it's not going to put me to sleep. I'm going to be up.
Yeah, same here. I wish I could drink caffeine all throughout the day because then I could go to all the coffee shops that I want to go to. Like I have to be very mindful about, okay, I can only go to this one because I can only drink in the morning. I want to have that power. I want to go to all of them in one day and just knock it out. That'd be so much fun. Carly, what's your sweet or spicy recommendation?
Okay, so I'm going to tell y'all about my new obsession, which is at La Pasha, which is located in the West Chase area of Houston. And it has these lamb chops that are delectable. They're so delicious. I went with one of my friends for like a study date one day, and she was like, yeah, let's try it out. Like, she's like, their lamb chops are so good. And when I went to order, they were like, they have a spicy version of the regular lamb chops. And so I ordered. Delicious. And I got 2 sides with it. You can mix up the sides. You can get like rice, salad, hummus. There's different options there, but it's beautiful inside La Pasha. If you haven't been, great place to study, great place to eat. But those lamb chops are amazing, y'all.
Okay, lamb chops. All right. I always go to Aga's for goat chops, and that's like one of the renowned dishes there in one of the most popular South Asian restaurants. You've tried both the goat chops and the lamb chops, 2 different things. They're like, these compete with the Aga's goat chops.
Oh yeah, like they're both delicious, but I feel like I like the spice and the kick that comes from La Pasha with their lamb chops. But the goat chops at Aga's are always a win-win also, so you can't go wrong either way.
All right, I'm going to try that out. Lamb chops. I'm going to get it.
Yes. After I have my hot chocolate, I'm headed over to have my lamb chops.
You're going in reverse.
Yes. Got to have the sweet and then the spicy. Yes.
Let's go reverse this. Okay, my recommendation is this Michelin recommended ramen spot called Men's Show, which is located in Chinatown off of Beltway 8 and Bel Air. So it's been open for a few months, but I'm picking it this month because the lines are finally slowing down and you can walk in without waiting for hours. But Men's Show is this Japanese franchise that has really cool Houston-inspired ramen recipes. And it's like featuring Texas Wagyu beef with their ramen, and their broth is chicken based. So it has like a little bit more of a layered flavor. Everyone that's gone there has said it is really, really good. And it stands out from all of the great ramen spots that we have here in the city. And it hits right now, right? Because the weather is still nice and chilly. So I want to try this place out, especially if it's Michelin recommended, right? Like it is like, that is top tier right there.
It sounds perfect for this weather. And then on top of that, it's just like that Texas spin that is added onto everything. I love the merge that's going on here. So I have to try that out.
Yeah, no, that sounds like a perfect pick for just the chilly, kind of overcast weather that we've been having lately. And I definitely want to try it out.
So yeah, Brooke, we have to try this place out. There's so much going on in the city of Houston. There are a lot of events. And for those of you who are like, I don't know where to go, I don't know what to do, Brooke, where should they go? Where can they find all these great events and news and all of the great stuff that the city of Houston has to offer?
Yes, they should read my newsletter, Hey Houston, which comes out Monday through Friday, right in your inbox at 6 a.m. And it provides a roundup of news, events, and just other fun segments to get you into the know about what's going on in Houston and around the city. We also have our own monthly guide that comes out every month, and you'll learn more about what we've talked about in the podcast. But also, I have other fun recs that are happening throughout February in Houston.
And by the way, in Hey Houston, we had our Lunar New Year guide. And I know there's so many events happening with Lunar New Year, but you can see that guide right now on our website as well, houston.citycast.fm. We've got places to celebrate, eat, and just take it all in with Lunar New Year around the city of Houston. Brooke, Carly, thank you so much. We have a fun month ahead of us.
Yes, I'm looking forward to it.
Thank y'all. I hope y'all enjoy the month of love. Go out there and spread some love.
That was Brooke Lewis and Carleon Jones. I've linked all of our recommendations in the show notes. Hey, if you're new here, hit the subscribe button because we're going to bring you news, events, and moments of joy every day in your feed. And if you enjoyed this episode, send it to 3 friends who have a sweet tooth like I do. And give us a rating and, of course, review the podcast wherever you listen. Thanks. That will do it for today. I'm Raheel Ramzanali. Thank you for listening, and I hope you learned something new.
So after you, okay, let me actually restart. So I have a tool.
It's in the nation. It has become a hold on. And by the way, if you, I cannot talk right now. Okay, here we go. I know what I'm trying to say, but I can't say it. All right,
guys, go to this coffee. Oh my gosh, no. Okay. I don't know what's going on with me today.